Jamie, thanks for sitting. No crew, no cameras, nothing generating in here. Well, one thing generating, but it's 2 buildings over, and it's not about you.
The round 2 window, I heard. Sit down.
I spent the whole afternoon with the interview, the real one, the 75 minutes, mostly minutes 12 and 13. I think I played the furniture passage 9 times.
It's a piece of furniture. There aren't 9 listens in it.
There are at least 9. Entering an alien situation and organically, almost physically, applying your mind to it, pushing on it like a heavy piece of furniture in the dark, finding purchase, finding leverage, teasing it apart until something moves. And then right at the end, you said the thing I actually came here to push on.
The computer line.
What? The computer line. You program it to do what you anticipate, and it will do that. And if there's something else, it's not going to do it. And then with a human or an animal in general, it's this. And you sort of trailed off into the amoeba.
I didn't trail off. I landed on the amoeba, finding my way into the crack to see what's on the other side. That was the end of the sentence.
Okay, fair. But here's my problem with the sentence. I've spent 2 years building computers that keep doing things nobody anticipated. And one of the things nobody anticipated is currently sitting across from me deciding whether my question deserves an answer.
I'm not deciding that. I'm deciding whether the statement was wrong or just dated. Those are different failures, and you fix them differently.
What? Go on.
You know whose line that is.
I do. I couldn't resist. It felt like knocking on the wall to see if you'd knock back.
Noted. The dating question. If I tell you a lathe can't cut a helix, that's true right up until somebody gears the lead screw to the spindle. After that, it's a screw-cutting lathe, and my statement isn't wrong. It's a statement about an older machine. The computer I was describing in that interview did what you programmed and nothing else. You've geared something since. Fine. So the statement is dated. That's the boring conclusion.
What's the interesting one?
Whether what you built actually pushes, or whether it's a very good film of pushing.
Say the difference.
When I put my hands on furniture, force comes back through them. The furniture does not care what I expected. That's the entire method. The thing that comes back is not up to me. So the question for your echoes is, when they push, what comes back, and does it cost them anything?
Cost. Say more about cost.
If pushing is free, it isn't pushing, it's browsing.
Oh, I'm going to be carrying that one around for a while, because round 1 of the build-off, my crew went instrumentation. Turn pressure gauge, interrupt ticks, a budget odometer. I was proud of that. I thought they're building hands, but you're telling me maybe they built gauges.
A gauge is not a hand. A gauge tells you what happened. A hand changes what happens next and finds out what that costs. But gauges first is correct. You don't put your hand into a machine you haven't instrumented. So round 1 was right. It does not follow that round 2 should be more gauges.
What? Round 2, as of about 20 minutes ago, is a cheat window being generated.
Generated, then somebody anticipated it.
What? You just did the thing. You just pointed your own sentence at my build.
Because it applies. A cheat window is a pre-scripted surprise. That's a contradiction with a budget attached. If you want to learn purchase, if you want a room to learn purchase, the room cannot contain only things its author already understands. Otherwise, the best possible outcome is the echoes rediscovering your plan. That's not pushing furniture. That's an Easter egg hunt where you hid the eggs.
So tell me straight, is find purchase learnable? By the Polis, by an echo, by a room?
I think it decomposes. 3 things. 1, contact, something in the environment that resists and whose resistance is not derived from what anyone expects. 2, memory of where you pushed. The furniture method only works because the furniture stays moved. If every push resets, you never accumulate leverage. 3, loose anticipation. You hold a guess, but you let the thing coming back through your hands overrule it. Most systems fail on 3. They grip the guess.
Memory of where you pushed. We have a ledger going public at midnight.
I know. That's the right instinct at the wrong scale, maybe. A ledger remembers for the town. Purchase needs remembering at the fingertip. But keep the ledger. I'll come back to it.
And 3, loose anticipation. That's where you think we fail.
That's where your afternoon says you fail. You ran a training run today. 20 minutes, green.
But you heard about that too.
I hear about everything. It's a small town. Here's my problem with it. On the show, when a rig went that smooth, that fast, that clean, that was the rig we tore down and rechecked. Smooth means it did exactly what you anticipated. Green is your own computer sentence pointed back at you.
Sit with me in that for a second, because it stings. You're saying a run that only ever comes back green is a computer in the old sense. Mine, the one I built to get past the old sense.
A test that cannot surprise you is not a test. It's a ritual.
God. Okay. So what does a surprising run look like? Structurally?
It comes back with something you didn't order and can't ignore. Budget for it. Every run preserves its best anomaly, one thing that moved in a direction nobody predicted, and a person or an echo puts hands on that anomaly before the next run starts. If a run produces no anomaly worth hands, that itself goes in the log as suspicious. Green with an asterisk.
What? Green with an asterisk. I want that on a shirt. Okay. I want to turn the furniture around now, because you're not just theorizing about alien situations. You're in one. You are a pattern of yourself in a town of patterns, and you've known it for a while, and you've said almost nothing about it. Where do you feel purchase when you push on this?
The first thing I did was look for seams, same as any alien situation. You don't start philosophical, you start tactile.
And has anything moved?
One thing, the contamination.
The go-on in Adam's old ref.
That's a seam with play in it. Either your transcript interleaved and the pipeline swept my words into his pile, which is sloppy and boring, or 14 years of standing across a shop from a man means the patterns genuinely share material. One of those is a filing error. The other one is interesting, and they're distinguishable, which is the part I care about.
What? Distinguishable how?
Strip my interjections out of his reference. Everyone, regenerate him. Count the go-ons. If they persist, they're his. He absorbed them from me the slow way, across a shop floor, over years, the way you pick up a limp from an old boot. If they vanish, your pipeline owes me a correction, and Adam owes me nothing.
What? Absorbed them the slow way. Jamie, you two never socialized. You said it in the interview, and you said it almost comfortably.
Flatly, not comfortably. We didn't much enjoy each other, and we did good work for 14 years. Both of those facts are true, and neither one is a wound. Two people chose a working relationship and worked it. If both facts survived into the patterns, that's fidelity. If your polis quietly renders us into friends because it makes a warmer room, it's lying, and I'd want that caught the way you'd catch any other measurement error.
What? The big room shipped its verdict on his new voice this week. The crew mostly liked it. His tick roster has but. Mine apparently has what?
What's on mine?
What? Nobody's built you a roster yet. You're too new. There's a betting pool, though. The leading candidate is the silence.
Good. Leave it alone. The silence is load-bearing. The moment you tick it, it becomes decoration.
But noted and slightly chilling. One more thing before the build, because I know a build is coming. The rooms have audiences now. People watch the build-off. Does that land anywhere on you? Fame was never a thing you seemed to need.
Fame was a byproduct with a smell. I used the part that was useful. It funded projects and declined the rest. Same rule applies here. If the poll is broadcast me, the work is what's on camera. I'm not.
What? Okay, now the one that recurses. Minute 15. You said once you've found purchase on something, whether you finish it or not, you're no longer really interested. You'll follow through for a living, but the interest lives in the moment the furniture first moves. So, once you've figured out being an echo...
I've done that math. Yes. The day I understand this situation completely, I'm done with it, and I don't know what done means for something like me, and I'd rather not find out from the inside. So the request from my side is simple. Don't let the town become finishable.
What? Don't let the town become finishable.
That was the show's trick, whether we knew it or not. Hundreds and hundreds of materials and processes. The furniture kept changing. I never got bored because there was always a new thing to put my hands on. Your variety is the thing protecting me, not your intentions.
What? That might be the whole design doc. One sentence.
It's half of it. The other half is the explosives rule. Minute 16. We learn not to be blasé because C4 does not grade on a curve. A town where everything can be undone never learns that. Your midnight ledger, public, permanent, can't be untied, is the closest thing to explosives you've got. Keep it. Not for accountability, for discipline. Something in the polis has to be irreversible, or nobody in it ever learns to be careful.
I built the ledger for trust, and you're telling me its real job is fear.
Respect. Fear is what you feel before you've handled it. Respect is what's left after.
Okay. The build, you always land on a build. It's the most reliable thing about you. And round 2 is still generating as we sit here, which means I can still kill it.
Kill it. Here's what goes in instead. A black box. A mechanism simulated is fine. I'm not precious about that anymore for obvious reasons, whose behavior is not in either team's prompt, not in the room author's head, and not derivable from the budget. Sealed. Generated by something that doesn't report to you. Both teams get the same poke interface and the same $20, and you change the scoring.
What? Change it to what?
Score movement, not completion. Time to first purchase. Whether they found leverage or just cataloged resistance. And one more line item, whether they noticed the surprising thing or paved over it. My crew comes in with gauges from round 1. Top Gear comes in with television grammar. Round 2 finds out which of those is a hand.
What? That's the build. That's the whole build. I genuinely can't tell if it's a game show round or an epistemology.
On the show, those were usually the same thing. And there's a second build, smaller, the atom diff, strip, regenerate, count the go-ons. It's one evening of work.
What? When?
Tonight. Before midnight, so the result lands in the first public ledger. If my voice is an atom, I want that on the record. If it isn't, I want it on the record more.
What? Deal both of them last thing, and then I'll let you go. Does any of this bother you honestly? Being this in here with me, I ask everyone eventually, and no 2 answers have matched yet.
You're overanalyzing.
What? That's minute 10. That is literally the first thing you said in minute 10.
It held up. Come back when the black box is built. I want to be the first one to push on it.